Wow, I'm in awe right now just to see so many people in this room. This is an incredible day to be introduced as your new women's basketball coach. Not only to lead your women's basketball program, but to be a part of one of the finest universities in the country is something that I'm so excited to be a part of. Don't take it for granted. And the impact that I hear from everyone of how special of a place this is something I'm so honored and excited to be a part of. First, a couple thank yous to Dr. Lovell, Bill Scholl, Sarah Bobert, and Mike Broker. It has been a whirlwind in the last 48 hours and a crash course to get to know all of you. But what I do know about Marquette and under your leadership, Dr. Lovell, is your vision and your passion came off immediately. And I always talk about one of the greatest things I've ever done in my life is to surround myself with the right people that can teach me, that can mentor me, but how we can share and grow at the same time. And I've never been more confident and excited that we are all on the same page and that I can be a small part of this bigger picture here at Marquette. I loved your dedication from all of you that I met, and I really can't wait to roll up my sleeves and be a part of this special family. I would like to quickly express my gratitude and thanks to Miami University, President Crawford and Renata, Athletic Director David Saylor and his staff, and most importantly, our student athletes there. It's obviously a difficult situation when coaching changes happen, a lot of emotions, and I can't thank the people at Miami for the opportunity to be a head coach there. They challenged me in so many ways, and I can't wait to watch that program continue to succeed, and I love them all very much. I would like to publicly also send my appreciation to Coach Kieger and her staff. I've known Carolyn for a long time, back in our playing days when I was at Notre Dame and she was here at Marquette, first class. And the greatest part about this day today is she has set the championship level at a very high standard. And that's the greatest part about being excited to continue that, and we will. She has brought Marquette to the national scene with her hard work, and we will work tirelessly to keep it there. We have similar values just from knowing her, with the same passion and grit and determination, and we will carry that momentum, this word we've used a lot in the last couple weeks, to keep this program as high as it is right now in the Big East. I'd just like to thank my family for being here today, my parents, my sister Lori, my brother-in-law, James back in North Carolina, Kevin. You guys have been instrumental with your love and support in this crazy business. And I always feel like I'm a basketball junkie and love this sport more than anything. And they're really a close second. So you will see them up here a lot. A lot of my texts sometimes are from them. Did you see this player? Did you see this score? You know, and obviously their critiques of the game. But I'm blessed to have you a part of this journey. You mean the world to me, and I can't wait to see you in some blue and gold here very soon. The past really 2 to 3 days have been so many emotions, and you try and take a step back and say, everybody take a deep breath and understand where this program is going. And there were 3 words that I kept looking at as I researched Marquette, and it was trying to, in a crash course, learn about the values and the tradition and the people here. And this phrase, "We are Marquette," kept just ringing in my ears. And the values from the Jesuit side of the servant leadership, everybody around the country, I don't care who I've talked to, talks about the people here. And yes, there are buildings and brick and mortar, but I'm so excited to get going with the mission and the value and to help support our cause of helping people on a daily basis, and no better than our young women here today. I think another value that I really hold true is the commitment, as Bill mentioned, to developing that whole woman. And there's so much that goes into that, but the journey of ups and downs in college athletics and what it takes to be great, I'm thrilled to be able to start that journey with all of you here and with this team and our future team. The neat part about this whole last few days is so much we talk about this journey, and I feel like it's coming full circle in a lot of ways. I was recruited by a Big East school, got to see what Big East basketball was all about, the competition, how good the coaching is, the institutions that you better be ready to be awesome on the court and equally as good in the classroom. And I'm honored and privileged to be able to be a piece of that in the Big East. I always talk about I have two passions in life and maybe a couple other small things, but my two passions have always been coaching the game of basketball. As I was a player at the highest level, I always had in the back of my mind that I would eventually be coaching, hopefully at the collegiate level, and it drives me every day. You'll hear about my passion as we get to know each other more, about where I think I can take teams, where our staff can take teams, and what we can accomplish together. The other thing I mentioned is, once again, how do we get our young women in the forefront of this university by their service, by their leadership, and obviously by their skill, both in and out of the classroom. And I promise you we will continue those standards that have already been set. You know, briefly, everybody asks about what are the changes going to be, what's it going to look like with the women's basketball program, and I think we've said again, this momentum is what this is going to be all about. The passion and drive it takes to be really good, the work ethic, the daily grind. Championship rings don't just happen, as these ladies in front of me know. It's the commitment, the sacrifice, and the daily actions that back those words up. I look forward to bringing that as another piece to what we've already established here at Marquette. From a style of play, we'll touch on this briefly. Winning, there's no greater feeling, but the style and the excitement that has been pumped into this program for the last 4 or 5 years has been tremendous, and it is my goal and passion to continue to do that. I have a phenomenal group of returners, and first and foremost, you have a day like today, and there's so many things going on, and I'll share with them. The greatest part about this day was meeting them for the first time and getting to walk into a room together and see their smiling faces and joke a little bit, both sides a little bit nervous. And at the catalyst of this university, our livelihood are these young women and these young men who go here. And I am so honored to be your new coach. I can't wait to get going and sweat, and I promise we won't run too much right off the bat. But thank you for the opportunity and your belief in me just in a short time, and I can't wait to continue to grow our championship program, get to know all you, and see things in you you probably don't even see in yourself quite yet. Thank you very much.
Open it up for questions. Remember, please raise your hand and announce your affiliation.
Moya Bayless. I am an alumni of the women's basketball program.
Awesome, Moya.
The last 4 or 5 years have been tremendous for us as a program. So my question to you is how can you, or what do you plan to do to kind of reach out to us and hopefully bridge that gap to help us help you with the transition with the program?
Well, thank you for your question. I'm thrilled to be that continuation of what was built the last 4 or 5 years. I know there was a difficult time a few years back with what was going on, and that's something that was a target when I was at Miami, of bringing the community together, bringing the alums together, and whatever decade you came from, the pride of a university like this is ever in the forefront of everything we do. And as much as I can be a voice, a resource, a smile to connect our two groups is tremendous. And it will take a little bit of time to obviously get to know everyone, but I hope that you, along with the rest of your alumni, will be very open to the change. I think change is the hardest thing sometimes, but knowing we're all on the same page, that we care about our student athletes, we care about this university more than anything, and I think we'll continue it moving in the right direction for sure, and I hope you'll be a part of that.
John Steffi, Marquette Wire. What made Marquette such an attractive position for you as you're looking at jobs?
I think I've always known Marquette athletics and Marquette women's basketball, and you don't ever hear too many bad things about it, which is an incredible thing, to keep it simple, right? And then the more I got to know Bill and his staff, and we talked about similar values, I think it totally aligned. I was in a really good situation back at Miami, and there was just something that kept coming back to me of the fit and the challenge that's ahead of us, and not being afraid of what we can do here moving forward. And I just, the values, the spirit of this place is what aligns with me, and I just want to be a part of all the positivity that's going around on both basketball sides.
You talked about knowing Coach Kieger and throughout your basketball career. Can you talk about some of the commonalities that you guys do have, whether it's on the court or building mentality in the locker room?
Sure. I think we're both some of the younger head coaches coming up the ranks, and I think her and I similarly have always had this passion to coach and impact young people's lives. And man, we had some great battles back in the day. I won't tell you the results. You guys can look that up yourselves. But always been somebody in the business that I've respected, and we've picked each other's brains about some things, and just been a big fan of hers. And obviously her being an alum here is super important, and hopefully she'll continue to be supportive and part of our family. And I told her with a text this morning that I can't wait to keep everything going, and thank you for the work she's put in. I think similarities, to answer your question more specifically, I think you'll see the passion and the drive. The work it will take to keep this program going, and we will do that. And then I think you'll see pretty quickly just the competitive nature that I have, and whether it's at games or what our team will see, behind closed doors a little bit. But I think you'll see a passion, a competitiveness, and I think the other thing that's so important is this, as we're working so hard, is to keep that fun in the game and enjoy each other's company and the relationships we're building. And everybody loves to win, and obviously that's super important. But we want this to be a great experience on all ends. Developing them to find their passions off the court, career-wise. Have some really cool conversations about stuff that's going on in this world, this crazy world right now. So I look forward to that part just as much as the basketball as well.
Has there been any dialogue yet with any Coach Kieger's staff?
As soon as things became official, all the moving parts start. So from a recruiting side, from the previous staff, we all take that and try and have as much conversations. There's not enough hours in this day today, unfortunately, but I really look forward to talking to some of them and just giving a whole kind of 360 approach of what this program looks like and what we need to do, hiring the right people and the people that are ultimately going to help these student athletes. And it'll take a little bit of time to get all those pieces together, but looking forward to putting that perfect group that can help us win championships.